Unbalanced loads. When the impedances in all three phases of a three-phase load are not identical, then it is called unbalanced load. So here we have a star connected load, phase 1, phase R, phase Y, phase B. The impedances in these three phases, they are not equal impedances, or it may be admittances also. In terms of admittance also we can write. So if these impedances or admittances of a three-phase load, they are not identical, if they are not equal, then it is called unbalanced load. So that means you have the neutral point and this central point of these three phases that will be connected to the neutral point. So in the case of balanced load, in a star connected balanced load, the neutral current is going to be 0. But here, the unbalanced load, there will be some neutral current. So we have, when the supply neutral and the star point is interconnected, as we have seen already. So you connect the supply neutral with the junction point of the star connection, star load. If you connect by means of a wire, then it is called three-phase, four-wire system. In a balanced star load, since the neutral current is going to be 0, there is no need to connect a wire between the supply neutral and the load neutral point. But in the case of unbalanced load, most of the practical cases are unbalanced load. So we have to connect the supply neutral to the star junction point, or the load's neutral point. When the supply neutral and the star point is interconnected, then it is called a three-phase, four-wire system. But in the case of a delta load, whether it is balanced or unbalanced, you are going to use there won't be any neutral point. So it will be always three-wire. So a delta load, delta unbalanced load, whether balanced or unbalanced, it is going to be a three-phase, three-wire system. Now IR, IY and IB, these are the line currents, which is also phase current in star connected load. So IR plus IY plus IB equals, so what is this IR? VRO into YR. YR is admittance, plus VYO, this should be YY, admittance, plus VBO, YB. So VRO, VYO, VBO, these three are phase voltages in the star connected load. Here you can write this VRO is nothing but VRN minus VON into YR plus VYN minus VON into YY plus VBN minus VON into YB. So now just you expand these things or multiply. VRN YR minus VON YR plus VYN YY minus VON YY plus VBN YB minus VON YB. So in this case, this VON common, you can take it outside. Remaining terms you write as it is. Vrn Yr plus Vyn Yy plus Vbn Yb. If you take minus Von from these three terms outside, you get minus Von of Yr plus Yy plus Yb. But by KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, if you apply Kirchhoff's current law at the junction point, the sum of the incoming currents equal to sum of the outgoing currents. But we don't find any outgoing current, so that's why we write IR plus Iy plus Ib equal to 0. So that means this term you can equate it to 0. Vrn Yr plus Vyn Yy plus Vbn Yb minus Von of Yr plus Yy plus Yb equal to 0. You take this other side. So we get Vrn Yr plus Vyn Yy plus Vbn Yb equal to Von of Yr plus Yy plus Yb. So from this Von, this is called neutral shift voltage. This Von is also called neutral shift voltage. This is due to unbalanced load conditions. So we get Von equal to Vrn Yr plus Vyn Yy plus Vbn Yb divided by Yr plus Yy plus Yb. So in the delta connection also you have unbalanced load. We will illustrate that by an example, numerical example, so that you can understand better. A delta connected load of ZAB equal to 52 angle 45 degree ohm, comma ZBC equal to 53 minus 30 degree ohm, and ZCA equal to 10 angle 0 degree ohm are connected to a 230 volt 3-phase source. Find the magnitude of the line currents when the phase sequence is ABC. So it is a delta connected load 52 angle 45. So this must be a resistance in series with an inductance. ZBC 52 angle minus 30 degree. So this should be resistance in series with a capacitor. ZCA 10 angle 0 degree. That means it is the case of a pure resistor. So these three impedances are connected in the form of a delta. So I am point A, point B, point C. In between A and B, we have this ZAB. Between BC, we have ZBC. Between CA, we have ZCA. So VAB, this is the phase voltage. VBC, it is the phase voltage in this phase. VCA, phase voltage of third phase. IAB is the phase current. IBC is the phase current in the second phase. ICA is the phase current in the third phase. So A, B, C. Here IA is the line current flowing in the line A. IB is the line current flowing in the line B. IC is the line current flowing in the line C. And they say phase sequence is ABC. What is its meaning? So this is not the phasor diagram of this, right? This is not the, just forget for some time. This is not the phasor diagram of this. So this I have drawn just to give you an explanation for the phase sequence. So don't confuse. This diagram is not related with this problem. Okay. So here if you take this three-phase phasor diagram, so this is phase A, phase B, this is phase C. These three phases are displaced from each other by 120 degrees, right? That's the usual thing. Suppose I take this phase A as my reference phasor, say reference, and this is the point of visualization. Here I put one point. From this, I am just looking at this point from here. So with respect to this point, assume that we are rotating these three phases in the anti-clockwise or counterclockwise direction, right? Suppose this is the A is a reference phasor, so we rotate this. So first phase A cross this point, followed by phase B cross this point. Next phase C will be crossing this point. So first A will cross, followed by B, next C. So this is called phase sequence. This is called phase sequence. Just I have drawn this diagram only to illustrate the concept of phase sequence to you. So it has nothing to do with the phasor diagram of the problem given. Okay. So now using this phase sequence is ABC, this VAB, that voltage, we take it as a reference, 230 angle 0 degree volt, VBC, 230 angle minus 120 degree volt, and VCA equals 230 plus 120 degree volt. Of course, this they have already given. ZAB equal to 52 angle 45 degree ohm, ZBC equal to 52 angle minus 30 degree ohm, ZCA equal to 10 angle 0 degree ohm. Now we will find the phase current. Of course, we will be using the Ohm's law. Phase current IAB equal to that phase voltage divided by that phase impedance. VAB divided by ZAB ampere. VAB already given and ZAB they have already given. So we get this, and you convert this to rectangular form. So IAB we get is 3.13 minus J, 3.13 ampere. Phase current IBC equal to VBC by ZBC, 230 angle minus 120 degree divided by 52 angle minus 30 degrees. So you may be getting 4.423 angle minus 90 degrees. So convert that to rectangular form. IBC is going to be 0 minus J 4.23 ampere. Likewise, phase current ICA equal to VCA divided by ZCA ampere, 230 angle 120 degree divided by 10 angle 0 degree. So you will be getting 23 angle 120 degree ampere. So convert this into rectangular form. ICA equal to minus 11.5 plus J 3.13 ampere. Next you apply Kirchhoff's current law at the various junction points. So I will I will show this again. I think it may be visible to you, right? So, you apply Kirchhoff's current law at these 3 points A, B, C. So, you see IA is the incoming current, ICA is the incoming current, IAB is the outgoing current. So, what is Kirchhoff's current law? At any node or junction, sum of the incoming current equal to sum of the outgoing current. So, at point A, IA plus ICA equal to IAB. At point B, this is one incoming current, this is another incoming current. IB plus IAB equal to only one outgoing current equal to IBC. Here, this is one incoming current, this is one incoming current, this is outgoing current. So that means IC plus IBC equal to ICA. Okay. So we can write at point A by KCL, IA plus ICA equal to IAB. From this, IA is nothing but you take it that side. IA equal to IAB minus ICA. So just we know what is IAB, what is ICA. Just substitute. And you simplify this and you find the magnitude or absolute value, all are one and the same. So you get line current IA equal to 27.28 ampere. At point B by KCL, we have already seen IB plus IAB equal to IBC. Take this other side. IB equal to IBC minus IAB. IB equal to substitute for this IBC, substitute for this, you simplify this. And then you find the absolute value or magnitude. So line current IB equal to 3.32 ampere. And finally at point C, again by KCL, IC plus IBC equal to ICA. Take this other side. IC equal to ICA minus IB. IC equal to IC is this minus IB is this. So simplify this and then find the magnitude or absolute value. So we get the line current IC equal to 26.73 ampere. So through this worked example, we have illustrated the case of unbalanced delta connected load. Okay, because you have 3 impedances, ZAB, ZBC, ZCA. Not all 3 impedances are same. They are not identical. One is R in series with L. Another is R in series with the capacitor C. Another one is pure resistor. So all 3 impedances are not equal. So it is the case of delta connected unbalanced load. How to solve problems with respect to delta connected unbalanced load. That's what we have seen. Also we have seen the star connected unbalanced load and the expression for the neutral shift voltage. Thank you.